I got a letter from the IRS inviting me to be their guest at an audit they were conducting just for me. They said no need to worry, probably nothing wrong. Just bring your wife and children along. We just need to clear up a small technicality. Now the only problem with an audit is my wife Juanita and our 14 kids. Friends, you cannot believe the refunds they have been worth. But it was years ago that I got this idea. When I bought Juanita through the mail from Korea. She's an inflatable doll, but she came with a certificate of birth. I was a single guy without any deduction, so I claimed Juanita. And what a reduction I received with her as my spouse on the taxes I pay. That worked so well that every year after that I reported a birth when I paid my tax, each kid certified by Cabbage Patch USA. Oh, Juanita, Juanita, my inflatable senorita. The IRS wants to take you and the children away, away, yay, yay, yay. You and Jim and Tammy and Lonnie and Bert and Farrah, Charo, Michael and Kurt, Shannon, Dean, Eileen, Louise, Barbara, and little Ryan. So I dressed Juanita like the perfect mother, Velcroed the children to one another, and when we walked into that audit, those people nearly flipped their lids. I said Juanita might lay around and never cook, and the children don't clean their rooms or read their books. But hey, they ain't no different from my brother's wife and kids. And I got social security cards here for everyone. My wife, my daughters, and all of my sons, all officially issued by the government of the USA. So before you call me down to muster, somebody here better think twice, Buster. Do you really want to be the one to accuse the government of making a big mistake? Oh, Juanita, Juanita, my CO2 senorita. The IRS wants to take you and the children away, away, yay, yay, yay. You and Jim and Tammy and Lonnie and Bert and Farrah, Charo, Michael and Kurt, Jen and Dean, Eileen, Ruiz, Barbara, and little Ryan. That agent sat there, his mouth agape, thinking over that government mistake and how his civil service career could be at its end. And then he reached for a stamp that said approved and said, hope the kids do better next year in school, and why don't you and the missus drop by and say hello now and then. Oh, Juanita, Juanita, my inflatable senorita. Looks like you and the kids all get to stay. What's that, honey? You need to get home quick? You think you're starting to feel a little sick? And you think you might be once again in a family way? What's that? You think it might be triplets this time? Oh, Juanita, you are a wonder. Do what? Why, of course we can support your mother. I think even her moving expenses are deductible too. Does she still live in Bangkok?